Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Ken and it's great to have you with me today. Today I'm going to show you how to do a really quick and easy chicken stew. It incorporates chicken quarters, some veggies that I have from my garden, some onions, some green peppers, some eggplant, a little cayenne pepper for heat, some green beans, and a very easy and light tomato sauce that's going to make this all kind of come together and be absolutely delicious. So to get us going here, very simply, it's a one-pot meal, by the way, so everything is going to happen in this pot. Easy cleanup, not a lot of stuff to kind of deal with and handle, so that's another bonus about this recipe. So into my pot here, I'm going to do a little bit of olive oil. With me, I'm usually generous, as you know, so typically it's going to be about 3 or 4, give or take, tablespoons of my Greek extra virgin olive oil. Get that going here. And my chicken quarters. Today this meal is going to feed 4. And what I usually do is just start them skin side down or muscle side down and get those browning off. This won't take long, a few minutes on each side, and you're going to be good. Also, when it comes to hygiene in the kitchen and in terms of cross-contamination with bacteria and raw chicken and all that, unless you want to check out your 911 system, make sure nothing comes into contact that has come into contact with your chicken with anything else. So for example, these tongs are exclusively used for my chicken in the raw stages, and then I'm not going to use them again. Now, while our chicken is browning off, a good time now would be to start slicing up my onions and other veggies. For this, I'm using 3 small onions that I have from my garden, and you can use basically 1 regular sized onion, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. And what I would do as well, you don't have to go through the effort of finely chopping it up. Just slice it. It's a stew. You can even quarter these onions. Totally fine as well. That will work too. All right, so now our chicken is pretty much browned off, and what I'm going to do is just take a plate and pull it out of our pan and move it off to the side. Alrighty, perfect. Leave that over there. And here, we don't need any more olive oil. It's still got it in there. So I'm going to take my chopped up veggies, the onion and the eggplant that I've got chopped up so far, and I'm going to use those. And now using a different tong, I'm just going to stir around our onion and eggplant mixture here, just like that. I'm going to take a little bit of minced garlic, equivalent of about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, into this as well, and give that a quick stir. Now the flavors are starting to build up. At this stage of the game, you want to add your salt and pepper. Again, very light on the salt. Love heavy going on the pepper, or heavier anyway. The next part of this is my bell pepper. I'm just going to top my pepper off, get rid of this, as well as get rid of the seeds. That's perfect. And it doesn't have to be, again, anything really kind of finely chopped. It could just be any way kind of convenient. I'm quartering it and cutting it into bigger chunks. You don't want it disappearing on you. That's perfect, just like that. Now this is where you want to be careful. If you see that it's kind of running a little dry on you, it just means that the olive oil is being absorbed by the eggplant. Don't worry about that, and try not to add any more olive oil, or it's going to turn out to be like really heavy in the end. The next part of this, I'm going to use half a cayenne pepper. You don't want to give anybody an unnecessary colonoscopy, but you do want to have a little bit of heat in the background. So I'm just going to take half a cayenne, put it in there. A little bit of seeds is fine as well. I like that kind of background little heat, or that little background buzz. Works fantastic. Next, we spice this up a little bit, and what I'm going to use is a little bit of dried oregano, about a teaspoon of dried oregano, and the kicker here is a teaspoon of dry mint. And you're going to think, where am I going with this? it's crazy. It's not. It'll help with the flavor profile of the green beans. So our herbs are in there now. The next thing to go in is 2 of my basil flavor bombs. These little gems of flavor, I cannot tell you, I love these things. I'm going to include a link below in the description and you can see for yourself how I do it. They're from my own herb garden. Basil just pureed up with olive oil and frozen in ice cube trays. It's that easy. Check this out below and you're going to find out how fantastic that is. Moving along, a little bit of tomato paste. Tomato paste will give us that rich depth of flavor and color. And for this, I'm using about half of a little tin. They're pretty well standard sizes. So this is 5.5 ounces, so about 2 to 3 ounces of tomato paste goes into this. Get that there. Perfect. Let's give that a quick stir around. That's awesome. And the flavors now are starting to really build and really come together. Next part of this, my own homemade tomato sauce, crushed tomatoes. Nothing in this but crushed tomatoes, and that's all you need. For this, 28 ounces will go into our pot, and I'm going to fill this up, and I'm going to fill this up right to the top. I'm going to put about 1 liter of water in this, give or take, and you can kind of play with it as you go later in terms of what kind of moisture you want in it or in the liquid that's in this. So in reality, I've just deglazed as well the bottom of my pan, or my pot actually, because it's absolutely, all the flavors are there, like all those burnt little bits at the bottom, that's where your flavor lies. So now in my pot, I've got all my veggies happening. The last part of this is my green beans. These green beans are my own, again from my garden. I put in the equivalent of about 4 cups of chopped green beans. Depending on the number of people you're serving, this will do for 4 people. All right, so now our stew base, if you will, is coming up to temperature. Time to bring these ladies and show them the pool. So I'm just going to take my browned chicken quarters and place them in nice and happy in my base here. And as soon as this comes up to a boil, what I'm going to do is reduce heat to about a low, medium low, cover it and simmer it for about an hour. And after that, prepare to go crazy. Time's up, baby. This is what I've been waiting for. It's been about an hour and about 1 hour and 20 minutes. This has gone by. My chicken stew is done. It's ready to go. I'm just gonna plate it up for you real quick and I'll show you how it looks. This is like really scorching hot, so I'm not even gonna pretend to try this, but I'm just gonna plate it up for you so you can see what it looks like. And this is very simple, very basic food. And it's just a bunch of veggies in a tomato, what's become now like a stew or a sauce. So that goes in there. I'm also gonna take a piece of chicken, a chicken quarter here. The bone is literally, the meat is falling off the bone, just like that there. I believe this is very exciting stuff. And just place that over my chicken just like that, and it's ready to go. Oh, and to actually, what would work really great with this is some rustic, just stick some bread, stick it on the side there, and you have got an amazing meal. One pot, super easy, healthy. There's nothing to this, there's nothing in it. Everything's good. Chicken, skinless. Veggies, you got eggplant, you got some green pepper, you have beans, green beans, very nutritious. So that's what I wanted to show you. That's what I wanted to share with you. It's a very simple meal and absolutely delicious. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hit the like button. I hope you do. Subscribe, share, find me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and share with me your food experiences. So until next time, I'm Ken, aka The Lazy Gourmet. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.